Another warm sunny day in May in Florida. Luckily it's not the 90s yet, so we're in the 80s today. But we have another project. And this one's making forward progress, something I've had for a little while. Sitting unfinished cabinets. These are the cheapies from like Lowe's or Depot, I forget which one. I think it was Depot maybe. Anyway, gonna paint. And where this is gonna go, gonna have to do a little bit of work. I'm tired of seeing this crap. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but these are elevated because, kind of like they did in the 70s a lot, there's an elevated lip when you come out and then you step down. To put the washer dryer out here, which is one of the first things I did because they were in a room in there that I made into an office. Actually, that turned out great. Did that about 4 years ago now. It's a little bit of a mess at the moment, but this used to be the laundry room. Now we have an office. You can step out through the garage and we've got, and again, all this crap, all this stuff is going to go up here. And then a slop sink goes right there. I already have it plumbed. Did that when I ran all this other stuff. So that's all ready to go once I get this. The problem is this: if I step to the side, the depth of the cabinets from here maybe to here, so I have to build a little bump out as well. So I got to measure that. I also want to come up high enough so I can get something like that in there. But that means the cabinets are starting, they're going to be way high. So we'll have to have a step, which is kind of a pain, but necessary. And I have to leave a little bit of a gap here, probably, because we want to put like butcher block. I could paint it the same color as what's up there and have it come across so we can set things here only while using. That's going to be the key. This is not happening again. These are going to get stored up and above. It's going to be nice. And I also have to make sure I have enough space from here up to there. So we got a lot going on here is what I'm trying to say. So again, it always seems simple when you're I'm going to put cabinets up. It'll be easy. And then you have to figure all this stuff out. Maybe I'll actually maybe I'll actually use my geometry skills that I learned in high school and college. Put those to use. But that's what we're doing. That's the first coat. We got two color scheme here. That's the first coat on, which came out really nice. It's windy as heck. We're gonna end up with crap for sure. It's all right. This is not gonna win awards. We are here to just get the job done and give this a nice look as we go up. And of course the AC is running in the background. Said it is May, middle May in Florida, so upper 80s it is today. But that'll help the paint dry fast too. So I'll update you in a little bit, hopefully with painted cabinets, and I have figured out what works and what doesn't. Day 2 of the cabinet project, but it's coming along. So we have the doors off. They are all drying with first coat. Already look pretty good. That's gonna look really nice. We go in, still a mess, but dry. I say dry fitting. I was making it where I could test this to see. Let's see if we can get a little bit. There we go. Test this to see. Just put this up here last night so that it was out of the rain and stuff. Shelves are already done. You can kind of see the color. That's handprints. Those will wipe off just fine. That's going to be covered by this side, so that goes that way. And I built out, and you get a nice view of the framed out bump out that those cabinets are going to mount on back over there. Yes, I have everything down. Oh, that's the other thing. Figured out how to get these cabinets to fit right. Forgot they were on the stands here. So these are little storage that were underneath the washer dryer. So dropping those back down means we are going to have to bend down, but we'll live. But that gives us plenty of space here to be able to do this, right? You got to have some space in here. So I'm going to try to give us about 18 inches from the surface of this to here. And that's plenty of room. We plan to put a butcher board countertop right there. And then we're going to have a sink right here, as I said. Now these are going to stick out a little ways. We're going to try and center those underneath these. We're going to do another cabinet, which means that's going to have to move like down. A cabinet there above the sink, but it's not going to have the bump out because the sink is going to stop about in here, which is not unusual. So about that much, part of this will be exposed here, and then a cabinet with a sink underneath. So it'll look very intentional that all of this literally takes up all the way to there, and it'll look good. But that's going to happen later. I'm worried about getting these up today. Next step, get these down, mount the frame up there, then mount these onto frame. So yeah, that's doing that in the background. I will finish painted so they can go on afterwards, but you don't want to have these on when you're mounting it anyway, so it's perfect time to time that. Ooh, missed a little spot there. Well, I tell you what, not a great day to be painting outside. Let me tell you, it is blowing like crazy, and spray paint's going everywhere. But you get it done when you can get it done, and that's today. So hopefully, here in the next couple hours, that's mounted up there. And then the probably drying outside for the final coat, hopefully on the back side, and we can get it done and up, and I'll show you what it looks like once it's up. That would be cool. But it might be tomorrow by the time I finish this up. But as you can see, kind of ish, our bump out, I'm just using a box. Our bump out is actually closer right there, about 8 inches. And that's a perfect distance away to be able to grab and open the doors and get in and out. So that's the update. We hopefully have this done here within a few hours. We'll see. Update you. Well, that was a battle. It wasn't terrible, but it was. It's hot. It is past mid-May in Florida, and humidity is out in force. And I'm inside the garage, so no breeze. But we have it up and above, framed in. Yes, that's a little kilter. I don't care. That's all behind. Won't be seen. So we are in our space here. And next is to put our cabinets up. So what I'm going to do is, because I work solo pretty much all the time, you have to always find your tips and tricks for how to do things. Get a cabinet this size up there. Well, I'm not going to be able to hold that up. So what I'm going to take and measure, and pretty much know it's about 3.5. Take and measure here and here. Then I'm going to take and measure. Yes, my mess. Whew. Trust me, that all gets put away very, very soon, which is good. Measure on the bottom I have a 2x4. So I'll measure, I'll put a line across, measure, put a line across there. And I'll move this up and I'll screw this in here and do the same thing over here. Check it for obviously level first. And then what that blocking will do, allow me to lift it up into place, put it up on the washer, then lift it up, and take behind the cabinet. Those will go in and it'll sit on that. Then I can go and put on there, all the way. I can put in screws for that entire area. And these blocks will just stay in place as another line of, I don't want to say defense, but I'll say, you know, just for weighting it down at the bottom. And I'll do the same on this side over here. And I'm going to place them so they're inside, inside, not like right up against. So there I have movement on either side to be able to make adjustments. That allows me to mount a cabinet all by myself and get them lifted up and in place. So wish me luck. That's the next step. All right. Well, you can see cabinets doors are on and in place. So let's take a look. Smudge prints from hands. Other than that, but the two-tone, as you can see, the light gray and a little bit darker gray, just a really nice clean look. They go all the way over, and if we look, they end perfectly on this side. And for those who maybe couldn't understand what I was saying before, is right back here enough, get out of the junk. Right here, gonna move that down to there, and there'll be a cabinet across here. Just a 24-inch by 24-inch. That'll cover up that area to there, so you won't see this frame. And there'll be a cabinet that'll bump out about 12 inches. And then there'll just be the side of this, and I'll put a little filler up there so you can't see that, and paint it the same gray. It'll all look like it was meant to be there from the beginning with the slop sink right here. Now I get to take all this junk and put into here, which is going to be great. I don't think it looks as big on camera after watching a little bit of it. Let me go out. But that, from there to there, is 72 inches. So it's 6 feet. That's a lot of cabinet space. A lot more than you would think. I haven't put the shelving in yet, but I did test out some of the stuff already in here. So it's got a lot of space in here to be able to put away all the stuff, for instance, all the stuff that you would want in your laundry cabinet. So that's going to work out well. Unfinished cabinets to finished, I need to wipe them down, get the smudge marks off, but job done over a weekend. Came out pretty good. I'm happy with it. At least it matches up with what's up and over there. Ignore this. That's all good. That's the next step, is get all that put away. So last step of this is to paint these eventually. Same color as that, which is the same color as that. And we have a nice looking garage and a ton of space I'm using up above. And that's why this stuff is out. This stuff is stuff I was using or stuff I haven't found a home for. Another thing that I did, so garage transformation is 2 racks there. Top, those were not there. Those are there. Those are there. And we have one more there, and a slop sink and a butcher block comes across. So getting there. These are the steps ahead I was talking about. Happy to have it. Now I get to clean up. And all that stuff came again from the project. So it'll look I can't wait to show you when it looks $1 million better. Still gonna need to paint these cabinets. Still need a slop sink. Still need that cabinet. Butcher block. So few things left to do. But for now, that's good enough for a weekend job.